BMW Technic is a subsidiary of BMW intended to explore the fields of the future on behalf of the Bavarian manufacturer, a kind of exploratory laboratory at the service of the brand. Starting in 1985, Technic will work on its first project called Z1, an innovative roadster that will not remain a prototype as it will finally be marketed in 1988. But BMW Technic is not destined to remain confined to the roadster and will move towards new virgin territories at the time for BMW, the city car market. Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video, today dedicated to the revolutionary and forgotten BMW. What are the Z11, Z15, and above all, Z13? Not only at the time, BMW did not have a city car, let alone an electric one. Realize this, we are at the end of the 80s and BMW Technic decides to direct its work towards the electric city car. This bias was quite bold while few manufacturers were interested in it. The Technic teams will release in 1991 the Z11, which lays some stylistic foundations. Then the Z15 in 1993, both known as BMW E1. Are you still following? But Robert Powell, recently arrived at BMW Technic Design, has another idea of what the city car of the future could well be, and launches the Z13 project in parallel. A former employee of Porsche, Robert Powell continues to live in Stuttgart and makes the journey every day in his BMW Series 5e, 34 in function. Enough time to think. For him, a BMW-branded city car must offer as much as a Series 5. Just that. The Z13 will therefore be over-equipped with an Armand Cardone sound system, a global positioning system, a phone, air conditioning, and a fax. Yes, for the time, such equipment on a city car was revolutionary. But that's not all. The Z13 offers a central driving position and 2 seats in the second row in the style of the McLaren F1, which was developed at the same time and powered by BMW. Which of the two partners influenced the other? Mystery. On the engine side, Powell initially imagined that the Z13 would be powered by a 4-cylinder boxer engine. It will ultimately be a BMW motorcycle engine. A 1,193cc 100 horsepower engine will be chosen, right? Which, relative to the featherweight of the Z13, weighing 830 kg, promises respectable performance. Finally, its architecture is similar to a sports car as the engine is placed in a central rear position. Despite its very German logo, the Z13 will not be manufactured in Germany but in Turin, at the Italian coach builder Stola, a more economical and faster solution to create a prototype. For BMW, it is clear that everything, every chocard and every concept car is the Z13. It has to be at the level of a standard production car, that is, everything has to work. The prototype is ready at the beginning of 1993 and will be presented at the Geneva Motor Show the same year. The Z13 quickly becomes the star of the show, successfully synthesizing sportiness, lightness, abundant equipment, look, and small size. Its look is very BMW, but innovative, it will indeed inspire that of the compact E3 series. 46 out of 2000, that is 7 years later. Its rear end is muscular, and its squat line gives a real impression of sportiness. Its funny proportions, with its relatively flat hood and rather high cabin, give it a large glass surface. You either love it or you don't, but it's quite attractive overall and somewhat reminiscent of the Multipla. The success of the Z13 with the public is such that BMW is starting to believe it has a gem, and asks Stola to create a second prototype in red, this time only. Some details change compared to the blue prototype, but also the engine, as it will be a 1,171 cubic centimeters that will take place at the back. And the future seemed bright for the little Z13. Yet you will notice that this model never reached the production stage. So what happened for such a promising project to ultimately fall through? Well, it's because of Mini, and I'm going to explain. In the early 90s, while Technic is working on its BMW city car projects, the parent company begins to feel a little lonely and small in the market. Rightly or wrongly, the German brand believes that it will need to grow through external expansion, but potential targets are scarce. The leaders of BMW then see in Rover a perfect generalist complement to its specialist brand. and it's under Honda's nose that BMW buys MG Rover in 1994. In the basket, we find the Rover, MG, Land Rover, and Mini brands. With this purchase, it is no longer necessary to expand the BMW range downwards. And it's MINI that will become the brand dedicated to city cars of the BMW Group, starting from 2001. And what if BMW sells MG and Rover to the Phoenix Investment Fund and Land Rover to Ford in 2000? It will keep MINI, which will establish itself at the beginning of the 21st century as the trendy city car. The Z13 had paved the way, but it will be MINI who will reap the rewards. What remains are these two surprisingly modern prototypes, still pioneers today, but with a career that was cut short. BMW will indeed move a bit down the range with the Compact 3 Series, derived from the E36 and E46 3 Series, then with the Series 1. But it will always leave the city car field to its now hyper-profitable British subsidiary, until the arrival of the electric i3. Admit it, there's something in it, right? From Z11, Z15, and Z13? And did you know about the existence of these BMW city cars?